Check one.
All right, everyone, we are going to get, well, wait, we are missing Michael Lewis, so for our sound. But we're going to get started in just a minute. Very cool.
Does everybody have the cigarettes?
We will be doing a Q&A after the So we're going to be retooling the show and looking to revamp it into a new format. So 2026, keep your eye out. We'll be having a new format for Next Step Screenplay Series, but just want to thank all of you for coming out and being a part of this. It has been an incredible experience with with everyone here, and thank you to Binks. And without further ado, let's start Act 2 of Can Meet Theater.
Good evening, everyone. How you doing? Woo! Yeah, make a little noise. It's okay. We want to have some reaction out of the audience. That's fine. Or not. Anyway, my name is Doug McDowell, and I am one of the producers, and I am the director of Can Meet Theater Live. Our next sketch is one that I always have to do a little intro. This is a recurring sketch that we do on Can Meet Theater called The Bureaucrat. It was created by Wayne Cothron, who is sitting over there, very politely, with his clothes on, as I told him. It's a long story. The Bureaucrat was inspired by my life as a public servant for local governments all around the state of Florida, in particular a certain beach town in northeast Florida that Wayne and I used to reside in together, where we met. So basically everything in The Bureaucrat is truth adjacent, and the stranger it seems, usually the more it's based on reality. So without further ado, we present a mashup of several of our episodes of The Bureaucrat. Take it away, Maestro.
Yeah, those bums. You know, all the promises they made me when I bought my lot that they failed to deliver.
Well,
they said our neighbors would be screened to ensure they're of the highest quality.
Well,
meanwhile, there's 24 kids running through the property, yelling and screaming at the top of their lungs. I suspect they were looking for those Korean card monsters with their phones.
Is that still a thing?
Hell if I know. My grandchildren are in college. All I know is I can't hear Newsmax over their racket. Makes me want to bring back the workhouses for children.
Yes. Well, Mr.
Oh, and the food at the clubhouse sucks. And it gives my wife gas.
Sir, I don't think there's anything my office can do about your wife's gas.
Oh, so now you know what they're planning to do?
Well, according to the plans they filed, they're building pickleball courts.
I know. God damn it. Anything but that.
Well, what's wrong with pickleball courts? I mean, won't that raise the property values? I mean, pickleball is all the rage now, you know?
I read on Facebook that people break into high-end neighborhoods under the cover of darkness to use pickleball courts. And I'm not even going to tell you what the teenagers do.
Wow, you learn something new every day.
So, what can the city do?
Nothing?
You're kidding.
No, they're well within their rights to build pickleball courts.
Damn it! I'm going to have the talk with the mayor about this. I swear. God.
Another satisfied customer.
Wow, what was that guy's problem?
His wife has gas.
Anyway, I have some good news for you, Art.
There's a first time for everything.
The mayor wants you to come with him to the Florida Mayor's Convention.
Oh, shit. What did I do to deserve this?
Oh, come on, Art. Conventions can be fun. It's happening in Orlando.
Yeah, Orlando is not the fun tourist destination the mainstream media makes it out to be. Trust me.
I went to all of those theme parks when I was a kid, and I had a good time.
Of course you did, Dana. You would have a good time in the fourth ring of hell.
That's true. After all, I work here with you.
Point taken.
What happened to you to make you hate the happiest place on earth?
I don't want to talk about it.
Did Mickey not want to take a picture with little Art?
He wasn't even there. In fact, the only reason I would ever go back in that park is to have my picture taken with one of the characters. I don't even care which one it is.
You know, there's a guy in my building with a Mickey Mouse suit.
Does he work for Disney?
No.
Stay away from that guy. Besides, I want to get my picture taken with Mickey in his natural habitat.
Okay, well, there was something else I came in here for. Art! Oh, yeah, Sandy from the EPD was looking for you.
Oh, shit. Oh, not today, Dana. I'm not here. I'm out, I'm doing a trash cleanup off the 138.
Art, we need to talk.
Art isn't here today, Sandy. He's out doing trash cleanup.
Oh, like hell he is. Where is he this time? Hiding under the desk? Again?
No, I'm just here. I just dropped my pen. That's all. Anyway, to what do I owe the pleasure of having to deal with you on what was once a pleasant morning, Miss Scholes?
Wait, your full name is Sandy Scholes?
Yeah?
Isn't it weird that you work in environmental protection and your name is Sandy Scholes?
It's just nominative determinism. You know, your name sets you up for your career. Like how Dr. Seymour Cutts is that world-famous surgeon.
Or Guy Ryder is the president of that gay biker club. Or so I hear.
Huh. Well, how about Mr. Dickinson down the hallway?
Anyways, Art, what is this nonsense I'm hearing that the green space plan has been canceled, and now that space is going to become an axe-throwing, roller rink craft meadery?
Well, the economic development team thinks it's a better idea for the constituents, Sandy. It'll bring in income and drive tourism uptown.
It'll bring in polluting cars and lawsuits.
It's really not that big of a deal. No one really cared about the green space plan anyways.
The petition had 50 signatures.
You do know we have over 30,000 residents, right?
Unbelievable. You always manage to find ways to blow up any good that we try to do.
Oh, yep. I have a personal vendetta against the environmental department. You caught me.
If the shoe fits, first you allowed the dump batteries into the ocean for Electric Eels event.
The what?
Oh, that was me. It sounded really good for the eels.
Well, that tracks.
Then you agreed to cut down all of the trees downtown because people couldn't handle a little bit of pollen on their cars.
The mayor has chronic hay fever, Sandy.
Now you're stopping us from putting in a much-needed green space to allow for the wildlife in the area to get some breathing room.
I'll send my condolences to the pigeons and the squirrels.
You are the most environmentally unfriendly person I've ever had to work with.
Oh, settle down, hippie.
Fascist!
Easy there, tree hugger.
You pencil-pushing stuffed suit!
Whoa, okay, now that is too far. Listen, I know you're upset about the tree thing. What if we plant 2 crepe myrtles downtown, away from City Hall, so the mayor doesn't go on a sneezing fit?
Only 2? I need at least 10 trees and no crepe myrtles. I'm talking maples, elms, maybe even an oak.
All right, I can do 4 trees of your choice and 2 shrubs. trimmed into decorative shapes. Final offer.
Deal. By the way, Art, you still coming to trivia tonight, Dennis Schooners?
You know I never miss it.
I didn't know you did bar trivia.
Can't a man have a private life?
Hey, how you doing there, Art?
Oh, God, I guess not. I'm doing okay, Mr. Mayor. What can I do for you today?
Well, first I'm here to file for the permit for our yearly Civil War reenactment.
Sir, I thought we agreed that was inappropriate because of the...
Should say something, Art?
Nothing, sir.
Well, I'm having trouble finding Confederate flags for the reenactment. And I can't even find them damn things on Amazon.
Well, that's surprising. I mean, you can find cattle prods on Amazon.
Yeah. Lucky for us, our participants own their own Confederate uniforms.
That's more than a little disturbing.
I wish you'd speak up, son.
I was saying that I'll call around to some other cities. Maybe they haven't thrown all their flags away yet or burned them. Is it worth pointing out that nothing actually happened here during the Civil War?
Nope. Yeah, one more thing. There's going to be a Florida Mayor's Conference in Orlando, and I want you to be my aide-de-camp.
Are you sure you want me for this, sir?
Who else would I want else come with me here?
What about Mrs. Mayor?
Well, my little Magnolia doesn't like going to these things.
Well, what about your new, assistant?
Who, Chloe? Chloe has an important test this week for her entrepreneurs class. She's learning how to make money using Instagram.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Going to something like this could really help your career.
I don't want to be a politician, sir.
Oh, hell, I know that, boy, but you do want one of them six-figure consulting firm jobs, don't you?
Well,
Hey, look, you come with me to that conference, and I'll make sure you meet the right people.
yeah, fine. I'm in.
Yeah, good man.
Oh, God, this will not end well. You're listening to 94.1 KRZY, the only station crazy enough to mix Mongolian metal throat singing, alternative 90s rock, and psychiatric help. All together before 10 a.m.
Good morning to all of my listeners. It is that time of day again where I come to answer your cryptopsychiatry concerns. You may have heard of a cryptozoologist. These researchers ask, what does this creature do? Or how does this creature exist? What does it eat? Where does it live? But me? No. I am a cryptopsychiatrist. I ask, what does this creature want? How does this creature cope with the crippling nightmare that is existence? Why does it hide from the general public, hanging only in the sides of our vision or in blurry pictures? I ask how they are, and they tell me. Hello, everyone. I am Dr. Kook. Yes, I am the world's only cryptopsychiatrist. I am here to help cryptids work through their heart feelings and show we all feel the same deep down, whether we be human or cryptid. First caller, we have one of the most famous cryptids, a regular on our show. We have Nessie, or as many of you know her, the Loch Ness Monster.
Oh, hello, doctor. I just wanted to ask you today if you have any advice on what I'm supposed to do to stay relevant in society nowadays. You see all these crazy things on TikTok, and no one knows or cares about the classics anymore. Oh, Loch Ness Monster, that's been and done. That's just an old blurry photograph or someone's arm in the water. How can I be hip? How can I be fresh? How do I make the connection, doctor?
Oh, Nessie. You see, it is not easy nowadays to stay relevant, so you must stay on top of the trends. I suggest you learn to dance. It will get their attention when you post it online, but make sure you stay out of focus. You need to entice them to come back and keep watching for the possibility of seeing your face. Be a tease. It will keep them interested for at least 10 seconds. Next caller.
Is your front porch light on? Well, you better leave it on, because Daddy's coming!
You see here? That's for the Mothman. The Mothman is very attracted to lights like a regular moth, but he is also the size of a man. This attraction he has with the light is toxic, and it sadly appears he has relapsed again to his carnal desires. We will need to set up a private session later, which is very expensive. Next caller.
Hi, Doc. It's Bigfoot. Just wondering, I feel like I'm lost and can't find any tracks. It's always, oh look, it's Bigfoot or Sasquatch. No one ever asks me who I really am. By the way, my name is Robert. My dream was to be a famous tap dancer. I was born in Plano, Texas, but now I just wandered through the woods aimlessly. How do I get people to truly see me?
Oh, you know what they say. You have to walk a mile in someone else's big feet. They try talking to campers when they first arrive. Seeing you in the eye-squintingly bright sun, they will believe it's as real as opposed to you running around at night. I know that you are nocturnal, but it's time to turn that nocturnal into a morning person. And don't give up on your dreams. You just need to find big enough tap shoes. Next caller.
Hi, Dr. Koo. So you're a crypto psychiatrist, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I maybe sort of spent all of my family savings on cryptocurrency. Look, Dogecoin was up, okay? And now I don't know what to do. I mean, my wife is pregnant and our mortgage is due and I have nothing but this coin thing. I don't know how I can talk to her about this. I really thought it was going to the moon, and now I'm here with this fake money that is worthless. She won't ever forgive me for this. How do I save my marriage?
Crank callers, I swear. You see, I am a crypto psychiatrist. I work on real things. But what you are talking about is fairy tale nonsense. It's just Santa Claus and Tooth Fairy Poppycock. There is no such thing as fake money. What you need, sir, is a make-believe psychiatrist for the big woohoo crazies, not a well-respected crypto psychiatrist. That is all we have for our show this time. Up next, we have another hour of Mongolian metal throat singing following these commercials. After, the newest hits from Imagine Dragons. Tune in next time for more cryptids in need of my advice.
Girls wearing plastic gloves do some manual alignment.
No, Joan, don't do that.
Hello and welcome. I am here deep in the heart of the rainforest, where I'm about to meet one of the last tribes of true hunter-gatherers in the world today. They are a shy and introverted group who rarely interact with outsiders. To us, they may seem primitive, but they are our link to a time when humans lived a very different life. Simple, noble, and deeply connected to the natural world. We'll be meeting them just over that ridge.
What are we doing here?
We're meeting another anthropologist.
I don't feel like peopling today. I just want to gather some berries and chill.
Chief said we have to. He said it's a part of building our brand, whatever that means.
They better not stare at my boobs. I hate it when they stare at my boobs. Don't they have boobs where they come from?
They do, but they put them in one of those things that look like slingshots.
Oh, ouch, poor girls. Oh, hey, I stretched my lobes last night. What do you think?
Oh, so cute. That is such a good look for you. You know what would go good with that? Macaw feathers, red ones.
Yeah.
I wish they'd hurry up. I got some hunting to do.
You go hunting too much. We never see you. You need to have more of a hunting-gathering balance.
Well, somebody has to add diversity to the diet around here. Speaking of which, what's for dinner?
Tubers, starchy tubers.
Again?
Well, don't complain to me. Go out there and hunt something.
It's not that simple. Maybe I can grab a couple of howler monkeys if it's not too late.
Ew, no. I can't do monkey. It's too creepy. Those little hands and that face.
So what do you want?
Something without hands or a cute face. Ooh, a crocodile.
Crocodile? Are you serious? Let me explain. I'd rather hunt for things that aren't likely to eat me first.
Has anyone ever had crocodile? What's it taste like?
Monkey.
Nah. Is that what you're wearing?
What?
You know, the dick thingy.
It's not a dick thingy, okay? And it's very important, and it's part of our identity, and it's practical.
How is putting a gourd on your dick practical?
Well, if you ever took more than 2 steps outside of the campsite, you would know how dangerous this forest can be. Every man knows you don't walk around dangling a snack in front of you.
There's fish in the river that'll bite it clean off.
No way.
Yep, and that's what happened to Shorty.
Really?
Why do you think they call him Shorty?
Oh.
No, is it going to rain? I just did my hair and my face paint.
It's rainy season, and we live in the rain forest.
Ugh, why do we live here anyway?
Hey, here it comes, over the ridge. Okay, look friendly and noble and deeply connected to nature. Hi.
Can I have your attention, please? We will now begin the reading of the will. Well, if you're reading this, that means I've kicked the bucket. You probably are very surprised.
Well, so am I. You know, after that third quadruple bypass, I was starting to think I'd outlive all of you. As you know, I've made quite a name for myself through the years with many shell companies and LLCs. Now, there's been a copious amount of slumlording and tax evasion, giving all of you the best life possible and opportunities that abound. Now, they say a camel could pass through an eye of a needle easier than a rich man can get into heaven. But I don't think Jesus knew about the Amex Black Card. But maybe it's true, and now I'm in hell. Well, I've always enjoyed the hotter weather anyway. But enough about my eternal rest. I've gathered you all here today to clear the air and make sure we're all on the same page. To my dear wife, Annabelle, you've always been the most precious and extravagant person in my life. Now, I wish I could have told you that recently, but you've been living with your sister for the last 5 years because you couldn't stand the sight of me due to my many, well, shall we say, indiscretions. But I know you still love the sight of our shared bank account and all those deposits. So I leave you the remaining pittance of $750,000. Now, don't spend it all in one place. You know, burning money would make it last longer than in your hands. Now, I also know how much you love taking a ride in my Mercedes. So I leave you that beast of a car, so spacious and reliable. Now, maybe you could drive it straight into the Lackawanna River with your shrew of a sister in the passenger seat. To my eldest, my sweet Natalie, you've always been a daddy's girl, fixing and cooking my books from when you first started 9th grade algebra. I leave you the modest 7-bedroom, 4-bath family homestead where you know the code to the safe in my office. You know what to burn and what to keep. Now remember Daddy's #1 rule, don't let anyone in without a warrant. And don't ever dig in the northwest corner of the property under the azalea bushes. To my middle child, Toni Jr., you've always been a steadfast child, loyal, keep your head down, eager to please me and do anything I ever could have wanted. Your lack of ambition makes me sick, boy. I leave you my collection of self-help books. Maybe this will help you find a direction in life other than downwind of me. Yeah, to my youngest son, Peter, you're a chip off the old block. I know all about your extramarital affairs. I leave your trust and inheritance of $2 million to be split among all your many, many bastard children. I also leave you my remaining supply of condoms. To my daughter-in-law, Isabella, I leave you evidence of all your husband's misadventures in this envelope. I also leave you this lawyer reading my will on retainer. He's quite a shark. To my brother Augustus, you've always appreciated a good drink. And that's why I never leave home without one. Or you either. Or attend any parties without one. Or go grocery shopping without one. Yeah, your flask is just as much a part of you as your eyes and your one remaining leg. Now for you, I leave my collection of Prohibition-era liquors. Now just do your best to not get Jake leg in your remaining one in this game of roulette. To my niece Laurie, always the forgotten one at family gatherings. I saw you trying so hard to be accepted. Now I know how it can feel, feeling so small and downtrodden. That's why I leave you my rental property portfolio in Scranton and Carbondale.
Yes!
Life may suck, but making other people's lives suck more is what keeps us all going in the end. So bleed them dry, kid. To cousin Jimmy, always lurking in the background, just waiting for an opportunity. I leave you all the spare change in my leather couch. I'm sure you left plenty there through the years of freeloading at my house for months at a time since you're incapable of getting and maintaining a job. I also leave you my vintage bottle cap collection, which should be worth about $5 in scrap when you inevitably try to offload it. To Elizabeth, the woman who loved me and kept me company through everything, and picked my pocket in the process. You threatened to tell my wife if I ever left you and provide all the evidence for the prenup in to favor her. Now, my dear mistress, by now you must be salivating, wondering what I could have left you to sink your $200 manicured nails into. I leave you the most dear gift of all, the memories that we made in the backseat of my Mercedes. You may have the fuzzy steering wheel cover to remember me by. Now, with all my loved ones accounted for, I leave all my remaining properties and Swiss bank accounts to the neighbor boy, Evan. I caught him regularly scamming the neighbor kids and ducking all sorts of consequences. He also knows how to keep his yap shut, and he's been holding on to something of mine for quite a while. Kid's gonna go far.
With love from Balmy Hal, name and address with Howells.
Oh, what a chip.
Let's go, Swiss. Thanks,
It's fantastic, it's unbelievable, and it's terrible, but it's true.
Algiers, May 1948. We arrived yesterday after a midnight crossing on a tramp freighter from Marseille. There are 3 of us. Along with myself was the beguiling Frenchwoman, Coco Chocolat, and the Englishman, Archibald Heath Toffee. Cocoa was well known to me, a fixture in the small world of esoteric dessert seekers. I once spent a long weekend before the war in Marrakesh with her, sampling a hashish-laced baklava that caused us both to speak and act exactly like Marlene Dietrich. Although we received very favorable notices for our performance at the Casbah, we had not spoken since. Sir Archibald, or Archie, as he insisted on being called, was an unknown. He was handsome, with a posh accent and an air of world-weary sophistication. There were whispers that he had connections in the intelligence world. He had spent the past year roaming the ruins of Central Europe and claimed to have found a Linzer tort recipe that belonged to Herman Goering. I trusted neither of them. Our search had led us to Marseille. It was there we met a one-eyed sailor in a truly vile waterfront bar.
Mon ami, there is a cafe in Algiers that serves a creme brulee that will destroy a man's soul.
Tell us everything you know. I have money. 500 francs.
Monsieur, do not be a fool. Take your money and go back to America. Stick to your apple pie and your soft-serve vanilla cone. You will find only misery in Algiers.
500 francs. Take it or leave it.
Le Chat Famère in the old quarter, south of the market.
Le Chat what?
Fumeur, le chat fumeur, the smoking cat.
Ask for the head waiter, a bastard named 34. Our ship leaves in 2 hours. There is no more I can do for you. God help you.
And so we found ourselves in the sun-baked streets of Algiers as we searched the maze of dusty alleyways looking for Le Chat Famère.
I say, old chap, what's that down there?
Mon Dieu, le chat fumeur.
There at the end of the alley was a small cafe. There was no sign, but standing at a podium at the entrance was a man with a lit cigarette hanging from the corner of his mouth. Next to him sat a large black cat, who also had a lit cigarette hanging from its mouth. Are you Pettifor?
I am.
That's amazing. How does she do that?
She purchases them for me, of course. She refuses to buy her own.
We're here for the creme brulee.
Monsieur, you cannot make such a demand on me.
We have money.
It is not a question of money. I cannot in good conscience serve you this. It is beyond what any man can bear.
We are not tourists, monsieur. I can assure you, gentlemen and lady are well acquainted with existentially dangerous desserts.
Monsieur, I cannot.
What if we ordered the lunch special?
That might be acceptable. May I recommend a good Sauvignon Blanc with it?
And so we had a very agreeable lunch, with a Sauvignon Blanc that was refreshing but not overwhelming with citrus and herbal notes. At last, it was time for dessert. And now, Pettifor, the creme brulee.
Monsieur, I beg you to reconsider.
Quit stalling, man! The brulee!
Very well. Vite! Gentlemen, before you is a dessert like no other. It is infused with an awareness of the futility of existence, imported directly from the left bank. It is the bleakest dessert ever devised, filled with an unfathomable emptiness and impassive cruelty, and hints of vanilla. I wash my hands of this.
And bon appetit.
And bon appetit.
I thrust my spoon down onto the glassy sugar. I heard a crack. It echoed through my head. Then everything went black. What happened next? I truly cannot say. I was found deep in the desert by Bedouins 3 months later, still clutching a spoon. Of my companions, nothing was heard of them ever again. I spent 6 weeks recovering at a sanitarium outside the city. A letter arrived for me the day I was discharged. It was the bill, with gratuity added. Pettifor truly was a bastard. I have been unable to return to the life I knew before, and those who knew and cared for me say I am not the man they knew. They say that I am mad. And so I must go where the mad go, to where they say it will be of little consequence. I, dear reader, am moving to Florida.
So this humblest little servant of your daily life contains not just a product, but symbolizes a more abundant life for all freedom-loving people everywhere in the world. This is the miracle of the can.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That is our show for this evening. Let me introduce the cast to you very quickly. Mr. Stede Bonnett, Mr. Ryan Burke, Miss Kimberly DiPersia, Miss Rachael Tillman, Mr. Jeffery S. Herman, Miss Toni Deckers, Jennifer Kalison, Andrea Howells, and the great Doc Anthony. Bravo. I am Doug McDowell. Thank you for coming.
All right, we're going to do a Q&A, but first let's all get together for a cast photo. If I can have Mr. Jeff Rembert take a photo. All right, everybody in?
Tall people in the back.
Tall people in the back.
No, I said tall people. It's a comedy show. Come on. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming to Next Step Screenplay Series. We're going to call all our writers onto the stage and do a Q&A. So just first off, a huge thanks to Binks for being an amazing host for us. A huge thank you to Michael F. Lewis for doing all our sound and music. Yeah, we have Tony Taylor over there manning our live stream that's hanging on by a thread, but we got it. And Jeff Rembert here, who is our curator, so he reads through all the scripts and chooses the items for this season. So right now we have our writers. We also have Wayne Cothron here as well. So we have. Yep. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to introduce each writer. They're going to say which sketches they've written, and yeah. So first off.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Kalison. I did the Superheroes Day Off and Shelf Help with Sherry Phelps.
Toni Deckers, Purity Weekend.
Okay. I am Doug McDowell. I'm one of the producers of Cammy Theater. I wrote The Major, Neighborhood Dysphoria, The Dessert, and Last of the Hunter-Gatherers, and I am a co-writer of The Bureaucrat along with Wayne Cothron and Andrea Howells, and a co-writer of The Misadventures of Astro Man with Wayne Cothron. So.
I'm Andrea Howells. I write the Misfortune bit. I also did Crypto Psychiatrist and what's the other one I did? Oh, Will and Testament.
Will and Testament.
Cool. So I'll.
Well,
oh, I mean, yes.
My name is Wayne Cothron, and I wrote what he said.
Wayne Cothron is the creator of Astro Man and The Bureaucrat.
Yeah, The Bureaucrat, yes.
So.
Awesome. Cool. So I'm going to kick it off with the first question, just for everyone to answer down the line, is what inspires you to write your pieces? You know, you all have varying different topics and things, so kind of what are some of your sources of inspiration?
Life. Somebody once told me, a sketch writing teacher said, pet peeve is one thing that you should focus on, and I think that factors in things like that.
Church and youth group, and I'm inspired to write on things that I find incredibly silly.
Well, I wrote a lot of comedy sketches. Putting There's two things you can do. You can put ordinary people in extraordinary situations, but comedy sometimes works better, especially in some of the sketches that we've done, when you put, when you put very, very ordinary people in very ordinary situations, or you put very extraordinary people in very ordinary situations. And that's kind of what we've done with a lot of the sketches here, I think. So.
For me, usually what I end up writing starts as something that starts as like a quick pass-off joke. The Will and Testament, I was talking with Jeff at one of the writers' nights, and I'm like, have this idea of like, man reading a will, and it's like, to my wife I leave the Mercedes, and to my mistress I leave the memories I made in the Mercedes. So just building off of like little small quips or small things that we have as like a quick one-off joke when we're all together, and I'm like, actually, let's turn that into a whole thing, and then I'll write it all in like one night, and then be like, this is it. I can't do anything to it after this because I'll lose it.
Oh, my insanity. I wish it was deeper than that, but no, it's my insanity.
Well, on that, if anyone has any questions they'd like to ask a particular writer about a particular piece or just about the writing process, feel free to raise your hands and we'll call on you. So, anyone?
Le Chat Fumeur in the old quarter in Algiers. Oui. That was actually inspired by a typo in an Amazon entry for the classic novel The Sheltering Sky. And I found this like 3 years ago. And it actually said that this is a classic novel in which the characters face the unfathomable emptiness and impassive cruelty of the dessert. And I went, surely that's a typo, and obviously Bezos can shoot Katy Perry into space, but he can't hire a decent proofreader. And then it just sort of rolled from there. It's just like, well, yes, well, how cruel and empty could a dessert be? And we ended up with that. So, yeah. So, anything else? Anyone?
Have you been to Algiers?
I don't remember. I was just found clutching a spoon. So, no, I did read The Sheltering Sky many years ago. I don't remember a creme brulee in it. But anyway.
Did you?
Do you find it better to you write with a group, or you find it better to write by yourself?
We do both. Wayne and I collaborated a lot. We were in a writers group together. He's the one. He's largely responsible for the podcast getting done, just because he was one of the people nudging me to do something like that for a long time, and he had a ton of material where he said, "Here, let's do this." At that point, we were looking more at TV scripts or YouTube videos or whatever, but we changed them into the audio style format. So sometimes I write stuff. Some of the things I wrote for this I did write on my own, but a lot of the things like that are ongoing, like the bureaucrat and like the superhero ones, the Astro Man and things, I kind of depend on other people to bring stuff to that. To make it work and make it flow. So yeah, sometimes alone, but often with other people, and sometimes when you bring people together, you just get ideas that you never would have thought of in a million years. So yeah.
The reason we have all my material is because, as I said, my insanity.
Got a question in the back.
Was Purity's Weekend based on a real life experience?
You'll never know. It was, yes, based on a version of that. Like, some of it was drawn.
Well, we know it was based on a virgin, but.
Right. It was a little bit of personal experience, and then I would start listening to what they were talking about to these girls in church, and I'm like, this is kind of bullshit. So I just decided it would be funny.
I'll just say that is one of my favorite sketches that we've ever done for the podcast. And it was so fun to just see it done live with all of the this is the second cast that's done it, just to see it live and just see it it's just wonderful. It just there isn't a cuss word in it or anything, but it just takes and it just twists you, and it's just wonderful. It's just wonderful in so many ways.
It was her first sketch she ever wrote.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I guess so. So we're hoping, and she also wrote another wonderful sketch for us about her dogs called Three Dog Night, which you can listen to on our latest episode, and I'm hoping we get a lot more from Toni in the future.
Toni, do you know that gentleman back there? Because he seems to know a lot about you.
He's my stalker.
Okay.
I know.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Speaking of the podcast, so for those of you that might have just stumbled in and been like, oh, well, this is what is this? So what is the Can Meet Theater podcast? Please tell us where people can find it.
What is it? Can Meet Theater is, in a nutshell, or in a can more likely, it is an original sketch comedy podcast. It contains most of what you saw here tonight are sketches that we have previously recorded, although there were a couple new ones. We are available on any and all the podcast platforms you can think of, from Apple Podcasts to Spotify to anything you can think of. We are releasing full episodes about once a month or so these days. We are going to be entering our second season. We may be mixing things up a little bit with how we do the podcast. But it is usually 30 to 40 minutes of just pure comedy gold to make your day just a little bit brighter. So wherever you like to listen to podcasts, plug in Can Meet Theater. Can't miss us. So.
All right. Well, that's So thank you all so much for coming out to Next Step Screenplay Series, and a huge kudos to Can Meet Theater. So this is a really fun show.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And to Michael Lewis.
Where is Michael Lewis? He is over there. So as mentioned, this is our last show at Banks.
Yeah.
We've been doing this for 2 years, which is crazy to think about. But yeah, we this started out as like a one-time screenplay reading of a screenplay that I wrote, and then we had such a great experience doing it that we decided to keep on going. And we've done so many different scripts, rom-coms, World War II dramas, zombie comedies, just like it's a TV series, shows, just a whole bunch of different things, short screenplays, lots of things Can Meet. So this is just a pause on Next Step. We're going to be looking forward to 2026 in a new format. So please stay tuned and follow All the Line Studio and Incubator for all the socials and everything, and we'll be updating you on the new evolution of Next Step, the next step of Next Step. But this has been an extremely wonderful experience. A huge thank you to Banks and to all our creative talent that has graced our stage with their writing and acting and sound skills and all of that. So
Speaking of which, before I go, I was remiss. Please, a big hand for our sound guru and our cousin Jimmy, Mr. Michael F. Lewis.
Yes.
So, thank you. Couldn't do it without him.
Yes. So thank you all so much for coming out. Stay tuned. We have also tons of other projects that we do for Next Step Screenplay Series. For All the Line Studio and Incubator as well. So stay tuned, follow us online, and this is just a pause in Next Step. We're going to have lots of new stuff next year. So thank you all so much, and have a great night. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
And the Bossa Nova! Royalty-free Bossa Nova!